Hello and welcome to Trackmania Awards 2017. Today is December 7th, and the award we will discuss today is not only one award, it's actually two awards. We will discuss the best mapper of 2017 as well as the best competitive map of 2017. My name is NMD and I am the host of this show. But as always, I will not be here alone. Today I have a new guest. He is a driver from Esuba. His name is none other than TWEEN. Hello, TWEEN.
Hello, guys.
How are you, man?
Really happy I'm here. I'm doing really good, actually. It's been a little low on the TM side of things for me, but hopefully I'll make it,
Yeah.
I'll make a comeback. And as for life, I'm doing really, really good. And yeah, that's about it.
That's nice to hear. For people that might be new to Trackmania, can you kind of give them an introduction about who you are and what you do in the scene?
All right, so well, I've been a player. I've played on a professional level, I guess, since 2010 or 2011.
Yeah.
And it's been a long time. I mean, over this time, I've gotten quite a lot of good placements at tournaments, and yeah, I got second at the SWC 3 times.
So yeah, that's a pretty strong accomplishment.
Yeah, it's kind of a meme right now.
Yeah, a gimmick.
Yeah, that's me. I play Trackmania and it's fun.
Before we go into the sort of nominees for each award, how do you view the year, like overall? Has it been a good year, a strong year for maps, or?
Well, for maps, I think it's been a great year, especially with like the early part of the year, which
Yeah.
I guess really got the best out of the mappers, I'd say. So
yeah, because of the LAN events, maybe push them even farther.
Yeah, those guys are like insanely creative. If you motivate them to make something that will be seen by a lot of people.
Yeah, that's actually completely true. So yeah, you have anything else you want to add before we go straight into the fun part by saying who is nominated?
I mean, let's just cut to the fun, I guess.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna start with map of the year. Who's the first nominated map for this year and who has made a map?
Well, the map I'd like to nominate first is Neold by Scotty.
Yeah? Well, what event did it get played in and why did you pick it?
It was played at Gaming Winterfest 2017, the first edition of the LAN.
Yeah.
And it was just really the first map I've seen of the pack. And it had some really interesting parts to it. And I really felt it. And what I've heard from other people as well, those were one of their 5 maps over the year. So yeah, that's why it brings good memories to me of the tournament. And
it's always a strong statement when a map gets picked for an offline event. That means it's a good map and it's suitable for events when people are gonna be no-lived and do their best.
Yeah, I mean, that map was played at the LAN before Mania Planet 3, which was a big update to the game around in May, I guess.
Yeah,
and before like that. And before MP3, the maps were more difficult to build. I'd say more difficult to build in a competitive setting because there were more bugs. And you had to anticipate what the drivers will see in the map and what lines they will take, and you had to kind of build it so that it doesn't break their flow,
Exactly.
And this map really accomplished it well. And like, there's only one part I could see myself getting a bug on.
Yeah, okay.
And even that one was like, you could risk or you could be safe.
Yeah, that's pretty rare for a MP3 map where it's only one part you can bug.
Yeah, that's something that I'd really like give my thumbs up to this map.
Perfect. Is there anything else you want to add about this map? Or did we cover it all?
Yeah, I mean, I love that 180. That was like uphill. That was like a great moment in the map. I just like to give that a shout out.
Yeah, okay. Now we're gonna see a little map case.
One day you'll see. Yo, one day it's the left. You'll see. One day the gas, the mask. One day you'll see. Hey yo, high resolution. My eyes keep a tight watch, sort of like a white shock on the wrist of a bike jock. Climb the high rocks for high spots, why not? And cattle drive livestock till their life stops. Niggas side talk, doubting that the wise walk. Straight lines through the forks in the sidewalk. Get your gas mask, light a match, burn candle wax. React fast, keep your hands back. Fuck a Rolex black, the streets is your most valuable timepiece. It's over when your second hand is slow to reach a crime piece. Yes, men are 75% of these job niggas alive. 25 keep it grimy. Try me. Raw static filled beats and chops by the boatload. The left is like the Antiques Roadshow. Preserve heat like the tombs in Greece. We break feast in the belly of the beast. You'll see.
Now what I'm supposed to do behind this, man? Apollo just shitted on this beat, yo. I mean, like real talk.
Who is the second map you are nominated and why?
The next map I'd like to nominate will be Gamers Assembly map.
Yeah?
It will be Kurnik by Zerk.
Okay, nice. And why?
So the reason for nominating this map was because this map was really balanced in terms of like there's always this fast line, or maybe you could say tight line. There's always this line where you can take like a wide turn and merge with more speed, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And this map like really had it down to a point where there are these parts that you could take with different approaches. And,
yeah, that's always fun.
And you could see like there's this part before a long grass stretch.
Yeah.
That you could take your own line, you know? Make your pick. And
it's always good to have options, not so you can see different choices and not all people picking the same line.
Like me personally, I always went for the more wider approach, but I remember that Masa, for example, he was like cutting it so tight. And, you know, then you had these like cat and mouse chases on the grass. That was great.
Yeah, fun to watch. Both for players and spectators, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything else about this map? Something that sticks out, or? Yeah,
that was also this part, you know, that was like really great, but it suffered from being still on Mania Planet 3. That was like this tight like corkscrew on the ground or a blue part. And yeah, that was kind of unfortunate because I really loved that part. And it seemed like it wouldn't work. Like if I was building that map and I built that and tried it, I just wouldn't believe that it would be suitable for a competitive map, and it was, you know. So yeah, shout out to that as well.
Yeah, crazy idea. Sometimes work. So yeah, here you will see a little video about Kurnik. So who has made a third map, and what map is it, and why has you nominated it?
Okay, I guess from this point on, my picks will be a little more personal, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it will be not really like maps that are like just objectively good, but they have like these really nice memories tied to them, and that really helps them. So this map that I'd like to nominate is Excalibur by md.point for Gamers Assembly 2017.
Yeah.
And I have to say this map was really like there's this jump, for example, where you could jump straight, but you could also like cut it, you know, like off the ramp and land earlier.
Yeah.
And that part was like really, it stuck out to me. And also like this long turn that you made uphill to the left, it was like a 270 turn. Like,
yeah,
that was also just really like pleasurable to drive. And but really, like, the last thing that I'd like to talk about on this map is the finish, and that was really like epic, you know. Like, there's this like pudding block to the right that that was emerging from the ground, and you really had to, you just had to have a good feeling for when is the pudding going to go above the ground, you know?
Yeah.
And then there was a long jump to the finish, and that decided a lot of rounds. So that was one amazing finish, and I have a good memory of it because like a lot of good rounds at GA 2017 on it. I mean, there's just so much was decided on that map. Like, basically the last rounds of the consolidation final, like, those were really probably my proudest personal moments of the year. So it's tied with that map, so really good memories of that map.
That's always nice to have some good memories from certain maps, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Another video, this time is Excalibur. Only one map left for a nomination. What is the last map that has made the face of nominees?
Alright, so this one will not be from a LAN event, but it will be a great, also like a memory sponge for me, you know?
Yeah.
It's TMM spell Obsequitous. I'm not sure if I'm like pronouncing it correctly, but
who can pronounce that correct?
And it's made by One.
Yeah.
So as for why that map is really like amazing, it's we as a team, Isuba, we were back in the team tournament after a long time because we've always had problems to get enough players, enough active players to play a team tournament. So we really pushed ourselves to just take part, you know. We didn't have like big ideas of winning or whatever. It was just like keep our driving spirits up, you know, during the year. So we did that in DMM 2017, and in the round of 16 we played team AAA, and we were like extremely well, how would I put it, like we didn't expect to win. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, you were underdogs, I will say.
Yeah. And this was the decisive map of that match.
Yeah.
And I can't say that we were like no life or something, but something about this map like really like it that team spirit like went alive, and we really kept pushing ourselves and pushing ourselves and pushing ourselves until the point that we actually won it against like a far better team than we were. So
we made a miracle.
Yeah, that was like straight up miracle, because it's not like we were underdogs and we were super trained, you know? Like in that case, I could understand, well, not understand, but it would be like possible to make a big upset.
Yeah.
But in this case, we were just like not even that well prepared. It was really just this spirit of it that put us through. So yeah, that's one of my best memories of 2017 in this game.
So yeah, good memories from this map. Is there anything else you might want to add to the last map that got nominated?
No, I think it's plenty said. I mean, the map itself is really good, but there isn't really some specific part that stands out to me, maybe except for the first little jump over a hole. That was like really funny in matches and stuff. I mean, I remember Kubai's regularly not making it through that one, but yeah, it was just a fun map, great memories. Yeah.
Perfect. Now let's see the last movie from the maps. So yeah, that's it for the maps, and now we go over to who has been the best map makers of 2017. Was it hard to pick who was gonna get the nominees?
I mean, as you will see, a lot of these nominees have already had a map picked in the map nomination, but there is one special, I mean, mention that was not in the map nomination. There's also like other maps that these guys built that like really are impressive, and they are worth a mention. So yeah,
let's go straight into it. Who's the first nominees for mapper of 2017?
So my first pick will be Buzy. Yeah, I think he was like, I know it's just a nomination, but for me, he was the best mapper of the year.
Yeah.
But I'm just nominating him, okay? I mean...
And it's up to people to vote.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And like, it's just, he output a lot of maps. And they were picked for Gaming Winterfest, they were picked for Gamers Assembly, and even for TMPL, if I'm not mistaken. And there's just like really consistent quality, and also this kind of, I'd say, mapping style more focused on tight turns rather than maybe less flow, but you know, like you could find the flow afterwards.
Exactly. If you train it enough, you'll find the flow.
Yeah, exactly. Like those maps seem kind of like rough, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
When you find the flow, it's really nice.
Indeed. So yeah, anything else you want to add before we move on to the next?
I guess I've said what I wanted to.
Yeah, you covered it all pretty good. Who is the second nominee for mapper of 2017?
So here I'll go with a pick that's not really too controversial, I'd say. And it will be md.point.
Oh yeah.
who's been a mapper like for a long time now. A lot of classics on his belt.
Yeah.
And this year he hasn't dropped from his quality at all. And we've seen a lot of interesting maps from him. And yeah, I mean, I've already talked about Excalibur, which is a very md.point-esque map, I'd say. Very, very like... there's nothing about md.point maps. You can really tell that this is a map made by md.point.
Yeah, exactly. He's creative, like, trying new stuff.
Yeah. Like, maybe a bit of a detour, but MPWC 2016, he had this map with like a roof turn. I was like the players overall didn't really enjoy it all that much, I have to be honest, but it was like classic md.point style, you know. So kudos to him.
Exactly. That brings us over to the third nominee for Mapper of 2017. Who is it and why?
My third nominee is a mapper named Teaumma.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm you know, I'm butchering like every name here, so
I guess people understand who it is.
Yeah, like he was kind of a breakout mapper for me this year.
Yeah.
Along with Buzy, but his map Quark at Gaming Winterfest was a very special one, I guess. Like it was really, I was really close to putting it on my map nomination list. And it was like it was very, very, very similar to Buzy's style, I'd say.
Yeah, okay.
But it had a lot of like personality to it as well, and a very cool finish, and yeah, I mean, good times also.
Is there any sort of maps you want to point out, or is it like the overall?
Yeah, there's one more map that I really enjoyed by him. It was ESL Meetup.
Okay.
ESL for CPS, and that map was really nice. I remember like watching Paco drive it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I was new to the map. I was just learning it, and yeah, he did a good job of it. It was really nice to watch. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Who is the last nominee for Mapper of 2017?
All right, so my last nominee is none other than Sparco.
Oh yeah.
Also a very well recognized mapper already, but
exactly.
This year he also managed to land like maps into Gaming Winterfest and into Gamers Assembly.
Yeah.
And on the Gaming Winterfest map, like that one was also had a lot of personality to it, and really like tight turns, and yeah, the finish was really interesting because you could really like decide if you want to get the slowdown or if you don't want to get a slowdown.
Yeah.
And like utilize it to make a tighter turn. And I remember Kappa really loved that map, so I'm going to speak on behalf of Kappa that he probably also put Sparco on this list. But also he had a map in Gamers Assembly.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting map also because it had I can't remember exactly, but he was like, he said goodbye to the game. Like, the name of the map. Yeah. So that was really cool. Also, always like made me smile a little.
Yeah.
Like that's a cool idea to how to like stop doing this thing.
Yeah.
Stop mapping. I'm not sure if he actually went through it. Like,
yeah, he kind of left the scene after GA.
Yeah, but I mean, he's like sorely missed with his maps. And,
let's hope to see some maps from him in 2018.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Like, we won't be like, you didn't keep your promise. Like, come back to it. And yeah, that map was great. It had a lot of these corkscrew turns. You had to really take them tight, but you had to think about how much speed you're taking out of it. and maybe there's a jump right after it, and that can go either different styles can be taken depending on how much speed you have. Also, there's this jump that you could like cut on the platform, and it was really interesting, but because there was a long stretch afterwards, and you could see other people jumping next to you, and you were like evaluating, like, are they going to be slower, are they going to be faster?
Yeah,
and that was a lot of fun.
That's for sure. It's also, he got the maps pick for both of the tech offline events this year. So
yeah, that's a statement. That's probably the highest praise you can get as a map.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it for the nomination phase. Is there anything you wanna add, or things you might have left out, or?
Well, first I'd like to say I'm really like honored to be featured in these in this rundown of the year.
Of course, it's my pleasure, man.
I think it's a really great project you guys are doing. I think a little bit more of a story to the game would have, you know, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand what you mean, man.
And it's really just great, and I appreciate it, and I'm sure everybody in the community does. And yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, let's see who they pick for Map of the Year and Mapper of the Year. I'm excited. I have no idea what's gonna happen.
Already making my Twitter alt accounts to vote Buzy up.
Yeah, you heard it here first. So yeah, any final words before we say goodbye?
I'm just really happy with how the year went in the game, like for me and for the game overall. And yeah, but let's hope for brighter 2018. Let's just say it like that.
Let's keep that positive spirit. 2018 is going to be even greater. So yeah, people, go and vote on Twitter. The link will be in the description. I will be back tomorrow with a new guest and a new award. Thank you so much, Tween. It's been a real pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, thanks. See ya, guys.
See ya.